Big, oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Shooter taking a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down.
watch where he's going to step. He's going to go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Coming to you live from Tiger Stadium, it is the first game of Wednesday night of rivalry week, where we have the Oklahoma Sooners on the road against the LSU Tigers. Elon Alf and Cade Padgett coming to you for this one. And Cade, LSU and Bama, it's a matchup that we all know so well. Bama, though, ranked number 8 in the CFSL right now.
It's actually Oklahoma, Elon. We know LSU-Bama is typically a rivalry, but what I'm most excited for tonight is LSU has a chance to give themselves a good argument for a vote-in spot as they get a good return here, but we also get to see sophomore-on-sophomore quarterback action, and they do it 2 different ways.
Oklahoma will go on defense first, again, number 18 in the CFSL, as Tavon Moss will lead the Tigers. Dropping back, throws, and that is overthrown for a incomplete pass.
Yeah, and Moss was getting pressured early on, fired it to the sideline to avoid a sack.
Sooners with a 4-man front, drops back, throws towards the right side, caught this one by Irvin for 6 yards, 3rd and 4.
And taking exactly what the defense is going to give you is Tavon Moss, finding Matthias Irvin on a nice little sit route.
Sorry about the Oklahoma-Bama mix-up earlier. That was all me, as I was definitely not thinking there. Moss goes with the throw. Caught. It is Pope, and Pope down to the 29-yard gain.
And wide open in between the zone coverage, finds Nasir Pope, and a good catch and run afterwards to get well into Sooner territory. LSU at home, still big underdogs, looking to pull up what would be a massive upset in Week 8.
You mentioned it. They need this one to make their case for a vote-in spot. So a good start for the home team. Moss in the gun has Mason off to the right hit, and it is a handoff to Nos Mason. Goes up the center, looking for a little bit of a gain, and it'll get 6.
Nos Mason off the left tackle. Just a good run to stretch it out and take what the defense is going to give him. A 6-yard run on first down. You're never going to complain about that.
Pistol formation for Moss on 2nd down. Fakes the handoff, throws left side, nobody home.
Tavon Moss just playing smart right there. The Oklahoma Sooners had tight man coverage on the back end, didn't have anybody open, played for 3rd down.
Big 3rd down coming up. Moss moves the man in motion, takes a snap, drops back, throws towards the left side. That is caught by Cydrus for a 12-yard reception, 1st and goal.
And a toe tap on the sideline by Dakota Cydrus, and Tavon Moss hung in the pocket and got hit as he was throwing and delivered an absolute rope for a 1st down.
Ball on the 5, 1st and goal, Moss. Hands off Mason. He's going to go in close. 4-yard gain. It looked like he had the edge, but great job by the Sooner defense to close it off.
Stopping him on the 1-inch line. Oklahoma in a heavy defend run set right now.
Hand off, and it's Mason. Touchdown, Tigers, to get us started.
And as easy as a walk-in touchdown as Nos Mason is going to have all season, a 1-yard touchdown run to go up early for LSU. And if you're the Tigers, that was exactly what you wanted on your first drive. You had a couple of long 3rd down conversions. You want to stay away from those, but 8 plays, 56 yards, easy touchdown for LSU.
And now, the man that a lot of CFSL fans have paid their money to see, as Himateo Del Este will get ready to take to the field here on the road. Tell us about Himateo.
Himateo Del Este is one of, if not the best dual threat quarterbacks in the CFSL, and the Oklahoma Sooners have an opportunity tonight to clinch the Big 12 championship if they win against LSU and Texas beats Texas, or excuse me, and Texas A&M beats Texas. If those things happen, the Oklahoma Sooners are the Big 12 champions.
Here's the sophomore at Aberdeen, Maryland. Last week, 24 for 34, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Celeste holding. Going deep for the sideline. Caught at the 40 to the 35. Tommy Neville with a big 38-yard pickup.
And it was great coverage on the back end by LSU, but it was better protection by the Oklahoma offensive line, giving Del Este what seemed like an eternity in that pocket to find someone getting open. It was a great job by Oklahoma, giving their quarterback time, and they are well into Tiger territory already.
Del Este in the pistol has DJ Yost in the backfield. Takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Yost. She's got the first down, almost to the 20, 14-yard gain for DJ Yost. So that's 2 plays and a massive amount of yards for the Sooner offense.
The backfield of Del Este and Yost is always deadly. You have to respect both of them.
Del Este in the pistol. Fakes the handoff to Yost, goes with a quick pass, caught. Big catch there by Wesley Wiersma.
And Wesley Wiersma coming over from the defensive side of the ball to be the backup tight end, making a catch right there, and they're knocking on the door of a goal to go.
Takes the handoff. Del Este fires. Neville, I thought he had it in the end zone, but he's just shy. 6-yard reception. 2nd down and 4.
Probably an eyelash short of that end zone, and just pushed back and brought down for a 6-yard gain. Thought it was forward progress.
I thought so too. Handoff Yost goes around the right side, spun around and brought down. What a great defensive play there by Chris Gentry.
And William Avery, the backup to DJ Yost, does it very well as well, but the LSU defense sold out on the run, and they have a big 3rd down coming up to Oklahoma.
Dropping back, it's Del Este. Steps forward. A little confused about that pass to Yost, as he looked like had the...
Yeah, Del Este had the run up the middle. There wasn't a soul in there. You think that a guy like Del Este would just step up and take it, and just dumped it off to Yost, and it didn't go anywhere. And unfortunately, Oklahoma's going to have to settle for a field goal. You hope that those 4 points don't come back to bite them, because that could have been as easy as a touchdown run for Del Este as we've seen all season. Nasir Pope takes it out 25 yards. The LSU offense back on the field about the 27-yard line. Moss in the shotgun, dumps it off to the left side, finds Jesse King. I don't know if we lost Elin. Seems like his mic may not be working right now. You're breaking in and out, Elin. I'll cover you and tell you there. Moss under center, dumps it to his right side on a little sit route by his tight end. Caught by Jesse King, 9 yards. I can hear the static. It seems like Elin's working. I can barely hear you. Can you get us, Elin? It's a 3-by-1 set. Moss in the shotgun. He's hanging in, getting pressure, throws it to the left side into traffic, spinning broken tackle, and then falling backwards is Jesse King again. LSU into Oklahoma territory. And it was a dangerous pass. Excuse me, it was a dangerous pass by Tavon Moss into traffic. Lucky that it wasn't interception. But Jesse King just found a way. Over on Twitch, we have a big update. 8-yard touchdown run by Malcolm Streets. A&M goes up 10-0 on Texas. 5:25 left in the first.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now, Elin.
All right, sorry about that. My laptop keeps trying to restart on me, and I'm fighting, and I think it disconnected my mic. All right, so we're back to work here as LSU driving down the field. 2nd down and 9. Moss under center. Drops back. Now throws towards the left side. That's caught for the first down. Big gain there for Jacob Bennett.
Yeah, Tavon Moss is getting his tight ends and his big boys involved early. He's very consistent, 7 for 9 for 90 yards, doing what he needs to do as the signal caller right now.
Dropping back, it's Moss, throws towards the right side, caught, and taking it up the field is Jacob Bennett for a 14-yard gain.
It was Jacob Bennett again, and it was a good first down. Eight completions for 100 passing yards is LSU. They're 1 for 1 in the red zone. They want to be 2 for 2.
Moss handoff to Mason, and he'll pick up 2, second down and 8.
And it was a good run by Nas Mason. Any positive yards here in the red zone is good yards for the LSU Tigers. Moss is under center, play action. He's hanging in the pocket, fires it into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Gabe Guerrero at the back of the end zone. LSU is 2 for 2. Elon, I'll cover you until your mic stuff gets fixed. We hate it when that happens, but don't worry, buddy, I got you. LSU up 14-3, 3.5 left in this first quarter. There's no warning bells yet if you're Oklahoma. I mean, you are exactly what you want to be on the season. And here's the thing, man. Number 18, you got the opportunity to clinch a Big 12 title with a little bit of help, or get as high as the number 2 seed in the Big 12 conference and lock and load for the playoffs. After last season, Oklahoma started 5-0 and didn't get a top 3 seed. They're glad and they're happy to be capitalizing on that now. Del Este with Yost in the pistol. Motions a tight end from left to right. Play action. Del Este dumps it off to that tight end. Lowering his shoulder goes Charlie Felton for 6 yards. And Charlie Felton getting 6 yards on first down. 5 for 5 is Himateo Del Este, 66 yards. 2 backs in the backfield with Del Este. Turns around, play action, calls his own number, running left, and the LSU defense is there. Del Este only gets a yard. The Tiger defense saw it out. Here, Gunderson on the tackle, his 3rd of the night. Knocking on the door of the 40-yard line, going out. 2-by-2 set for Del Este and the Oklahoma Sooners. Del Este in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it to the left side on the sideline, and a toe tap by Elijah Miller. First down, Oklahoma. They're approaching midfield. As Elijah Miller's first catch of the night in Del Este is perfect so far, 6 for 6, 74 yards. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, tight end receiver to the top. Del Este in the pistol. He turns around, hands it to his running back up the middle. It is William Avery, and Avery gets 9 yards, sets up a 2nd and 1. Hard to argue with the play calling right now for Oklahoma. If you're going to get 9 yards on first down, that is exactly what you want to be. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Del Este in the pistol again. He takes the snap, he hands it off to Avery again, and Avery up the middle, right past the defenders, 13-yard gain, first down, Sooners. 3 carries, 19 yards so far for William Avery, averaging about 6.5. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Del Este in the pistol with Yost behind him. Hands it off to Yost. Yost running up the middle. She's going for 6 yards, sets up a 2nd and 4. Oklahoma, they're not burning you over top right now, but they're biting off 6, 8, 10 yards a carry. That's not what you want to see if you're the Tiger defense. 2 backs in the backfield with Del Este. 2 receivers to the bottom. Del Este calls his own number on the read option, running to the left side, breaks 1 tackle, throws a man off, and it's a first down, Sooners.
Does this sound better, guys?
We got you back, Elon. Glad you're back.
All right, sorry about that. Now we got the technical difficulties worked out. Here we go. 1st and 10 in a 14-3 game. Del Este hands off Yost, and she is taking it all the way for a 9-yard gain.
And this has been all about consistency for Oklahoma. DJ Yost getting 9 yards there, sets up a 2nd and 1. That's exactly where you want to be in the red zone, knocking on the door.
Under center, it's Del Este, drops back, throws towards the right side. That is caught for the first down by Elijah Miller.
Needed 1, got exactly what they needed if you're the Sooners, and you have a 1st and goal to go. Del Este now 7 for 7.
Real quick before we continue, I want to thank Cade for filling in for me. Del Este in the pistol. has Yost in the backfield, drops back, holds, throws, and that is knocked away by Jace Carter.
And Jace Carter didn't really have an opportunity to pick that off, so he lays his body on the line and finds and lets the ball find the turf. Good deflection by LSU.
Pistol formation for Del Este. Hands off. Nope, keeps it himself, and he's going to go forward and brought down on 3rd and goal. 4-yard gain. Big down coming up for the Sooners.
Del Este getting any positive yards right there is exactly what they wanted, but 3rd and goal, heavy run set. You have to think this is going to Yost.
Del Este keeps it himself, and he goes down. Oh my goodness, what a play. And it's courtesy of number 21. I'm looking for him on the call sheet, and I don't see to find it. Was that a walk-on?
It's Tier Gunderson on the TFL, and Oklahoma with the triple option decided not to hand it off and had Yost on the pitch key, but Del Este just couldn't get it off. Tier Gunderson was there the whole way, and once again, Oklahoma having to settle for 3.
1 quarter down, 3 to go. It's LSU 14, Oklahoma 6. We'll see what kind of adjustments are made going into the second quarter. You're tuned in to the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Kickoff back to Himateo, Del Este and company.
Yeah, and if you're LSU, everything has gone right so far. You're just going to keep doing what you're doing. There's no reason to take moonshots here. Take what the defense is going to give you.
So now Moss will lead his team out. Great start to this game for him. Moss with the handoff goes Mason. He goes towards the left side, and Nos Mason with the gain of 3.
And Mason running left tackle, 3 yards. You will never get the opportunity, or you'll never punt if you get 3 yards on every play.
2nd down and 7. Big standoff to Mason, throws towards the right side, caught by Cydrus.
And right now, Tavon Moss is just in a groove right now. We talked about it in the pregame. A little bit of home cooking for LSU, and you could be a little bit more comfortable with a big opponent coming to town.
Moss under center, has Mason in the backfield. Pressure coming from the Sooners, and they respond. What a great play by Maverick Sanders.
And Sanders that is a teach tape right there if you are a coach. Set that edge, outside shoulder free, shed the block, make the tackle. What a play by Sanders.
That is Tony Romo style breakdown of the play there. Just absolutely expert job by Cade Padgett. Moss with the pass finds Guerrero for a 3-yard gain.
Well, Elon, I will say I am an actual football coach in my daytime job, so it's my chance to actually give it a little bit of a play-by-play breakdown, and I'm getting fired up over here because I'm watching the A&M game as I'm calling this one.
Uh-oh, you're going to have to give us an update. Here comes the sack. Moss goes down. Jackson Brown on the play.
And the Sooner defense stood tall there, forcing the sack. A big 4th and 17 coming up for LSU. It's the first time tonight that their offense is stalled.
And now they're going to give the ball back to Himateo. Del Este only up by 8 on the scoreboard with 7.5 to play here in the half. Here's the return by Yost, and she gets 9.
Yost doing her best to get a good return. And you look at the Pacific Live game summary, and LSU is going toe-for-toe to Oklahoma right now, but the only caveat is in the red zone, LSU has touchdowns. Oklahoma has had to settle for field goals.
We'll see if that changes right here. Del Este in the pistol. First, they got to get to the red zone. Play action. Del Este rolls, throws towards the right side. Bit of a wobbler, and it's brought in by Malachi Cobb.
Well, that's a good way to start on your way towards the red zone as you find Malachi Cobb, one of your favorite targets all season for Del Este, 8 for 9, 90 yards. It's been very good so far for the Sooners.
Cobb last week, 3 receptions for 60 yards. Del Este takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, holding. 7 minutes left. He decides to tuck it and run. Runs over 1, but not another, but he gets 8.
And another opportunity for LSU. They had great coverage on the back end, but their D-line just can't get there. A year and a half to throw for Del Este.
Yeah. You weren't joking on that timeline. Del Este in the pistol, drops back, has great coverage, steps up, goes for the short pass out to Yost, who gets the first down just barely.
And typically a dump-off route to your back on short yardage situation isn't exactly what you want, but when your back is DJ Yost, that's a great opportunity. She lowers her shoulder, gets exactly what she needs.
Del Este in the pistol, fakes the handoff to Yost. Now he's going to run it. Goes through one man, but no gain on the play. Well read by Vladimir Luka.
And Tommy McDonald there as well. And LSU is all over that read option by Del Este, sets up a 2nd and long.
Del Este in the pistol again. Takes the snap, hands off Yost, and she's going nowhere. Almost looked like she's brought down by her own lineman, but they're going to give it to Maria Sebastiano.
It was actually William Avery on the carry, and Sebastiano came through untouched. The Sooner offensive line didn't touch her.
Pistol formation. Takes the snap, dropping back. Del Este throws left side, and that is dropped. 4th down coming up.
Tier Gunderson on the pass breakup. Dangerous throw by Del Este into double coverage, and the Sooners will punt again.
Maybe a for the brand moment with where they're at. And that one will go out the back of the end zone.
It goes into that end zone, but like a bullet shot out of a cannon right there. Just LSU going to take over at the 20. I mean, if you told LSU that they were going to be leading this game with 5:40 left in the second, they'd feel pretty confident.
Now they got to put more points on the board. 14 is not going to be enough to win this. Throw and caught for a first down. Out to 35, it's Pope.
Yeah, 14 is not going to be enough. We know how powerful this Oklahoma Sooners offense is, but when you can find Nasir Pope on a slant route and he can take it for that much extra yardage, that's exactly what you want to do if you're the Tigers.
6 receptions for 68 yards last week. Ball on the 36-yard line of LSU. Moss takes the snap, hands off to Mason, 3-yard pickup, but he's lit up at the end of that one.
And you're going to be happy if it's the 3-yard gain for LSU, but if you're Oklahoma, Akuma Hunter, my goodness.
2nd down and 7 with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left. Oklahoma will get the ball at the half. So if this goes the way Oklahoma would like it, they've got an opportunity to go 2 for 1 potentially. Moss steps up, here's the pressure, and has to throw towards the sideline. I thought he was trying to get rid of it, but there was a man there, but it's out of play.
Moss had all day to throw right there and stepped up well into the pocket. It was good coverage on the back end by the Sooners.
Moss drops back, pressure, down he goes, Akuma Hunter.
And Akuma Hunter read that the whole way. LSU went screen pass, and Oklahoma blitzed, and Hunter was just too fast to get there. An 11-yard loss, and the Tiger offense is forced to punt.
So back and forth we go in a 8-point ball game with LSU on top. Punt will be received by Yost, and she'll go forward for a gain of about 6.
And if she had any blocking on that punt return, she might actually be up towards the midfield, and the Sooners would have great starting field position.
Del Este in the pistol, or in the gun, excuse me. Sends a man in motion. Del Este decides to run it himself. He's got room. He's got the first down to the 45 into Tiger territory.
And that's the first read option that we've really seen go super successful for Oklahoma, and they are now outgaining LSU in terms of first downs, 10-8.
Del Este in the pistol. Hands off Yost as she gets brought down after an 11-yard gain by Cohen James.
She threw a nasty stiff arm to even get those 3 yards. It was a good run by Yost, and they're moving into Tiger territory.
Shotgun formation, Del Este. Fakes the handoff, drops back, throws, and that is caught this time by Begley with a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, and Begley was wide open on the deep dig route, had an opportunity to get a little bit more yards, and Del Este just found his man wide open underneath the zone coverage.
Houston Bagley, the junior out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 3 receptions for 72 yards. Del Este in the pistol. Drops back. Goes for the screen out to Yost or Avery, and he is lit up after 1 yard.
I'll tell you what, Elon, I'm trying very hard to keep my cool here, but I'm watching this game over on Twitch. They're trading interceptions right now. But William Avery over here paid the price for a 1 yard gain. The Tiger defense may be going to have a little bit of a bend, don't break mentality.
Well, a field goal keeps them in the lead with 3.5 right now left in the half. Del Este takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to tuck it, but he's going nowhere fast. Loss of 6 yards on the play. Mike Woodard Jr. with his second tackle of the night.
And Mike Woodard Jr. on the sack. And Del Este, you see it, he breaks the first one, and he can't break the second one. A good job by the Tiger defense keeping him contained in the pocket and bringing him down when he tries to stretch it out.
Big third down coming up for the Tigers, as Del Este will try to keep the chains moving for the Sooners. Pistol formation, drops back, throwing for it all, and gets Jacob Archer for the bullseye.
And it was absolute touch on that pass by Del Este. Jacob Archer wide open in the back of the end zone behind the safeties in the cover 2 defense. They lost track of the middle of the field, and Jacob Archer just said, thank you very much. First touchdown of the game, and we are get back in it.
It's also, according to the stats, Jacob Archer's first touchdown of the season, the senior out of Oklahoma.
No way.
According to the stats I'm seeing here.
I mean, you might be right, but it seems so hard to believe.
Mm-hmm. Now a 1-point game, and it's on the Tigers to try to keep it that way.
Yeah, we're confirmed. Our associate producer in the chat says he is correct. So good job for Jacob Archer on his first touchdown of the season.
Comes when they needed it most, really, here, Cade. Moss under center, drop back, throw, and that is caught, but absolutely stood up by Wiersma. Guerrero with his third reception of the night.
And you're just going to take what the defense gives you. And if you're the LSU wide receivers, this Oklahoma defense is bringing the wood tonight. You're going to have to hold on to that ball. Understand you're going to get hit when you catch it.
2nd down and 3. Keep your eye on Nos Mason, the junior out of Florida, but it's going to be a pass. Moss throws towards the left side, and it is Jesse King with a 1 yard gain. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Any positive yards here is good for LSU. 3rd and 2. It's your entire playbook is open. You don't want to get too conservative in the mindset of we're just going to convert this. You may have an opportunity for a little bit of a play action game. Catch Oklahoma closer to the line of scrimmage trying to stop the run.
Tight end screen. How often do you see that, Cade?
You don't see it very often.
Moss in the gun. Drops back, has protection, floats one up high, caught for the first down, but forget that touchdown, Dakota Cydrus.
You can call me Tony Romo on that one. Play action behind the defense to Cydrus, and it's a walk-in touchdown. 3 plays, 63 yards in less than a minute for the LSU Tigers, showing Oklahoma they're hanging with it. Over on Twitch, it's a 2-yard touchdown run for Ryan Greenfield as Texas A&M goes up 17-3 on Texas with 4:47 left in the first half.
Cade Tony Romo Paget on the call there.
Oh,
now,
man. Elon, I've had so many calls this season where I've had announcer jinx after like I say, they got to do ball control and it's a pick six or whatever the case. That's the first time that it's been boom, boom, perfect for the off. I'm going to have to clip that and keep that for me.
I was about to say, put that on your highlight reel there. Your demo reel for your future job at CBS Sports. Mateo Del Este in the pistol. Takes the snap, now hands off. It's Yost with the 2-yard gain.
And the LSU Tigers are selling out for it. We're right at about the 2-minute mark, and it was a timeout by Oklahoma, so they're going to start going fast here.
Del Este in the pistol. Takes the snap, handoff, Yost again. She gets to the outside and gets the first down.
Got exactly what she needed off the left tackle. 6 carries for 42 yards, 7 yards per carry is exactly where you want her if you're Oklahoma, but you'd like to get her a few more carries.
Less than 2 to play in the half. Deleste and company down by 8. Takes a snap, drops back. Goes for the pass towards the right side. Incomplete. Looked like it was William Avery on the field for that one. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
It was good awareness by Deleste. LSU brought a safety blitz, and he came through untouched and avoided the sack.
Deleste in the gun, drops back, 1:42, tucks it, runs, goes down. Sack for a loss of 3 yards. They're going to give it to Mike Woodard Jr., his 2nd sack of the night.
And this LSU defense is starting to send some pressure to Oklahoma, forcing Deleste to not sit in the pocket. We saw it early on where he had about a year and a half to do it, and now they're forcing them to make quicker decisions.
Just over 90 seconds left in the half. Deleste in the gun, drops back, holds, fires, intercepted. Oh my goodness, it looked like it was caught by Miller, but it looked like it was ripped out of the arms of the receiver, Billy Bala, with this one. Look at it.
Oh my goodness, Bala just stood there. It was a great layout by the Oklahoma Sooners receiver, but the Tiger just stood there, and it was just yick 'em up. That's mine.
That is the first interception for the middle linebacker out of Forsyth County, Georgia. The first career interception for the freshman. And now LSU will go to Nos Mason for a loss of 4.
You don't hate the screen pass on first down. You're just going to try and break something. But honestly, I'd like a little bit more aggressive. You're at midfield. You got all your timeouts. Go for it.
Here we go. Moss going deep. And that's incomplete. 3rd and 14.
And it was back-to-back screen passes. Again, Tavon Moss just didn't like it that time and avoided any loss on the play. I mean, go for it. You got all the time in the world.
Moss drops back. Throws, that is. Caught for the first down, and he's gone. Touchdown, Gabriel Guerrero.
And Guerrero from 50 yards out. Tavon Moss, 3 touchdowns in the first half, and the Tigers extended to a 14, should be 15-point lead after the extra point.
He averages 2 touchdowns a game, and he is having himself a game tonight. Tavon Moss, the sophomore from Pontiac, Michigan.
We have a Twitch update coming momentarily. It's a 1-yard touchdown pass from Spunky Tolbert to Quan King. Texas cuts into the A&M lead, 17-10 with 3:19 left in the half.
And 1:08 left here. And now the return by Oklahoma as Archer brings it forward 25 yards.
And with a minute left and how explosive this Sooner offense is, everything's open for you. Know that you get the ball at half so you can go ahead and get your 2 for 1 here and try to get right back into this game.
Deleste in the split backs. Drops back. Sophomore keeps it and loses 5 yards on the play. And this time it's Sebastiano with her first sack.
And Deleste just hit his desire to step out of the pocket and scramble almost immediately is forcing the LSU defense, or giving the LSU defense sacks. I mean, settle in the pocket, young man. You're going to have time.
Vladimir Luka delivers a secondary hit that makes Deleste bend in an awkward fashion. Good to see him up after that. Pistol formation for Deleste. .34 seconds left. We'll see how much time they leave on the clock here.
They're going to manually bleed it, so that way if they get a first down, they'll either go hurry up or they'll use one of their timeouts, but this is going to be the last drive.
Deleste drops back, tucks it, runs, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and it's Maria Sebastiano again.
We saw a timeout by LSU, so if they can stop Oklahoma on this play, they will get the ball back.
Wow. Deleste drops back, 3rd and 17. Here's the pressure, throws deep, and that is caught. And this is trouble. It's Cobb all the way inside the 20 with 9 seconds left. Timeout, Oklahoma.
Del Este and Malachi Cobb making LSU pay for that timeout right there. Moonshot to get into the red zone.
Del Este drops back, tucks it himself, down. Oh, I thought he was down, as it looked like Sebastiano had him, but he's sacked for a loss of 4 yards either way. And the final timeout called. Here comes the walk-on to attempt the field goal.
It took four Tigers to bring Del Este down. Oklahoma is going to get the field goal, but you have to feel like this first half has been missed opportunities.
Well, halfway home, the home team looking good. It's LSU 28, Oklahoma 16. You're tuned in to the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Hey, before we talk about what has happened in the first half, I want to invite everyone to join us for Hangout 25 from July 11th through the 13th in New Braunfels, Texas. This is your chance to connect with fellow CFSL members, enjoy great company, and make unforgettable memories. Head over to the announcement channel and fill out the form to let us know if you're coming and how many are joining you. We hope to see you all there this year. Let's make it the best hangout yet, everybody. And right now, we're having a great time here, counting down to Hangout, as right now LSU looking for the upset.
Yeah, LSU came into this game knowing that their backs were against the wall, needing a win to even be considered for a vote-in, and that's the most interesting stat I've seen. 0 rushing yards for LSU, but they are dominating in the passing yards. And that turnover for Oklahoma and settling for field goals in the red zone is looming big. That's not what you want if you're the Sooners. And I mean, they've left, 12 points on the board by settling for 3 field goals? You have to believe that they're not happy with that.
Well, one of those touchdowns comes off of that turnover as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the LSU Tigers, everything has gone the way that you wanted it to go. Your offense has been very methodical. They've done exactly what they needed to do. Your defense has come up with 1 timely turnover. Let's see if they can get a second in the second half. But home cooking right now for the LSU Tigers, Elon.
We'll see if they can finish the job and keep their playoff hopes alive, because you got to imagine, Cade, unofficially, this is a must-win game for LSU.
This is playoffs for them, because they know it's win or go home. And even if they win, they might not make it in. But you have to think that a home upset over the top 10 team would get them enough appreciation, especially with Wookie, his first year back in the AD circle, that LSU would at least get consideration, and considerable consideration, for a voting spot.
Absolutely. So DJ Yost returns it to get us started here. Oklahoma down 28-16. What's at risk for Oklahoma? Can they drop in the seeding to have a worse spot in the bracket?
It is possible that if Oklahoma loses and Texas loses, that tell me, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, that there could eventually be a 3-way tie between Texas, Oklahoma, and Colorado for the 2nd and 3rd, so the 2 and 3 seed in the Big 12.
2nd down and 1. Del Este with a great run to start it off. Now goes into the pistol. Keeps it himself. He's got the first down. Cross the 50 into Tiger territory, and a 14-yard gain for Del Este.
And that's what you want to see if you're Del Este. More designed runs, not necessarily quarterback scrambles, but read options, QB draws, QB powers, something that is designed for him.
13 carries for 135 yards last time. Hands off to Yost. Picks up 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2.
8 yards on first down is exactly what you want if you're Oklahoma. 2nd and 2 coming up.
Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Just getting started. Del Este hands off this time to Avery, and he'll pick up 5 on the play.
And William Avery brought down on the play by number 40. I believe that might be a walk-on on the tackle. But if you're LSU, do what you've done so far. Bend, but don't break.
And this is about the place where we see that bend but don't break happen. Handoff, and Avery loses 1 on the play.
And William Avery brought down by Billy Balla, selling out on the blitz, bringing him down behind the line, 2nd and 11. Big down for Oklahoma.
Del Este goes into the pistol. 7.5. Hands off Avery, and there's a flag on the play.
What is this?
Personal foul. Clipping.
Oh, the dreaded clipping. It's
That's
the dreaded. Yeah, that's going to hurt him big time, man.
Still second down.
2nd and 11 goes to 2nd and 19.
Yeah, it's just not what you want to see if you're Oklahoma and Malachi Cobb. Just a poor decision right there.
Del Este in the pistol. Keeps it himself, looking to turn the corner, and is brought down after a gain of 3. And it was number 40 again. That is Chris Gentry.
Oh, it is Chris Gentry. Excuse me. Gentry wasn't showing up on my end, but I could have been looking at the wrong thing. But either way, 3rd and long coming up for Oklahoma.
Del Este drops back, 3rd and 15, throws. Caught this time by, looked like Bagley. And that'll be a 4th down.
And they're going to go for it even on the 4th and 10 because they're in no man's land.
Big opportunity for LSU to make a stop here. Del Este drops back, fires. That is caught. Touchdown, Tommy Neville. From the death's door knell to pay dirt on this drive.
And just an absolute bust in coverage by LSU. You just can't give up something that big. Behind the zone coverage, it's a walk-in touchdown, and you had Oklahoma on the ropes. 4th and 10, you needed one stop, and you couldn't get it done.
And now LSU will get it back with a 5-point lead. They've responded well so far when Oklahoma has been breathing down their necks. We'll see what they do this time. Hope with a 27-yard return.
Just a little Twitch update. They are at halftime. It's 20-13. Texas A&M leading over Texas. I know every Oklahoma Sooner fan is keeping their eye on that game because if they can beat LSU tonight and the A&M beats Texas, Oklahoma is the conference champion.
Moss takes the snap, drops back, throws for the sideline, and that one is knocked away by Singletary.
Singletary on the deflection there. Good break by the Oklahoma defender. 2nd and long. If you're LSU, settle in.
Moss in the gun, drops back, throws towards the right side, and that is caught by Guerrero for an 8-yard pickup. 3rd and 2.
And Guerrero coming back to it. 3 defenders right around him. Good catch in traffic. Sets up a 3rd and short for Tavon Moss.
We'll see if they get Nos Mason involved more. Nope, Moss is going to look to throw it. Here comes the pressure. Sacked for a loss of 7 yards, and it's Caleb Allen.
And when Oklahoma needed a stop, they called on the junior from Longmont, Colorado, Caleb Allen, on the sack. Brings down Tavon Moss, and a punt for LSU is not what you wanted to see after that touchdown drive by Oklahoma.
Now the momentum seems to be slowly turning towards the team in red. We'll see what the defense for LSU can muster here, and this is going to be a good return for Yost.
Yeah, you're the Oklahoma Sooners. It was a good return by Yost, and you're nearly at midfield as it is already.
Oklahoma looking for their first lead of the night. Del Este changes the play, hands off Yost, and she's going nowhere. Big loss of 1 on the play, Chase Carter.
Chase Carter selling out on the blitz again, cutting up underneath the offensive lineman on the zone scheme, brings down the back for a 1-yard loss.
Senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio on the play. Del Este in the pistol, fakes the handoff, Yost, down he goes. And this time it's Cohen James.
And Cohen James sat on the quarterback key on the triple option and brought him down. And you see it, Jim Carr in chat. Great teams find a way. You are right. Oklahoma is a great team this season, and they have to find a way if they want a chance at a conference championship.
Big 3rd down coming up. Del Este drops back, throwing deep, and that is intercepted at the 35 and turns up the sideline. The pick by Tier Gunderson.
And into one-on-one coverage, testing Tier Gunderson, the generational talent corner. Turns out to be a mistake for Del Este. The LSU defense stood tall in the first half. They are still standing tall right now.
Generational talent versus generational talent on that special matchup, and it gives LSU the ball just shy of midfield. Moss Pressure as he throws, and it's caught by Cydrus for a 6-yard gain.
You like to see Tavon Moss on the rollout right there, plant his feet and find his man. Easy pitch and catch to Dakota Cydrus. And like we said earlier, the Oklahoma defense is going to be bringing the wood. You got to hold on to it if you're the LSU Tigers.
Chris Lyon nearly got to Moss there. Now Tavon Moss will set up for the second and 4. Under center. Moss drops back, throws. That is caught shy of the first down by Guerrero. 3rd and 1.
Guerrero came back to it, came back behind the line to gain, but 6 catches, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns on the night for Gabe Guerrero has been the man for Tavon Moss.
Under center, it's Moss again. Mason in the backfield, but Moss on 3rd and 1 throws, and that is caught, and it is a big reception for Jesse King.
The tight end corner route finds Jesse King for his 5th catch of the night. Nice find by Tavon Moss and a good pitch and catch for set up a first down well into Sooner territory, knocking on the door of the red zone.
4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and LSU has responded all night. We'll see if that continues. Moss under center. Handoff, Mason, and he will squirt his way forward for 9 yards. How did he make that happen?
You got me, Elon. I have no idea how he made that play happen, but nonetheless, it is a first down, or near knocking on the door of another first down for LSU.
Well inside the red zone, Moss drops back, goes for the short pass, knocked away. A diving effort there.
It was Lamar Carr laying out on the deflection to force the pass breakup, and it is a 3rd and 1 for LSU.
3:39 left in the 3rd. Moss keeps it himself, has the first down. A little bit of a dangerous run as he didn't tuck the ball. It was kind of down low, and Jackson Chambers let him know he was there.
Doing his best Del Este impression, but he only gets a yard, but it's a first down nonetheless.
Didn't need any more than that. Moss under center. Handoff, this time to Mason. He'll lose 2 on the play. Good coverage by Wesley Wiersma.
Wiersma came through untouched and brought the man down in for a TFL. Sets up a 2nd and long. If you're LSU, you're in the red zone. Time to play smart.
Up by 5. Moss in the gun. 2nd and 12. Drops back. Throws for the end zone, intercepted, and this is a huge pick, and it comes courtesy of Lamar Carr.
And that was the Oklahoma defense standing tall, bend but don't break in their own right, and forces a turnover where LSU thought they had an easy point. Carr turns them away. They're deep in the shadow of their own end zone. The Tiger defense is going to be coming after them, but a good stand by the Sooner defense.
2nd week in a row that Carr's pulled in an interception for the freshman out of Toledo, Ohio. Handoff to Yost, no gain on the play.
2nd and 10 coming up. Chris Gentry on the stop. And the LSU defense knows Oklahoma is deep in their own territory. This is a good opportunity for them.
Under 3 minutes left in the 3rd. Del Este in the pistol. Yost in the backfield. Handoff, Yost. And she will get 2 on the play, 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 coming up. 3rd and long, essentially, for Oklahoma. You have to expect that LSU their main focus is going to be contain Del Este to the pocket.
Del Este in the pistol. Takes the snap, drops back. Here's the pressure, sacked, and it is Sebastiano.
And Sebastiano, indeed, 4 TFLs, 4 tackles, 3 sacks on the night, putting her name into consideration for Defensive Player of the Week, bringing down Del Este at his own 5-yard line, and a deep punt coming up. LSU should have great field position.
And LSU will get it back as the Maria chants fill Tiger Stadium after the game she is having. We'll have a Twitch update for you after this, and this will be great field position for the Tigers.
And over on Twitch, it's a 12-yard touchdown pass for the 12th man, Xavier Wilson, as Texas A&M extends the lead back to 14, 27-13 over Texas, 5:24 left in the 3rd.
Moss drops back to pass. Goes towards the left side, caught by Mason. Great job to hang on to that despite the hit.
And Oklahoma knows that right here, LSU is knocking on the door of points. They have to stand tall again, just like they did last drive.
Moss in the gun. Hands off to Noss, and Mason with an 18-yard gain. It's probably his biggest run of the day.
Easily his biggest of the day, and Nas Mason shook 2 defenders off. 11 carries, 43 yards, not the average, but doing exactly what LSU needs him to do, and they are knocking on the door of the red zone again.
93 seconds left in the third quarter. Moss in the gun. Has Mason to his right, drops back. Here's the pressure, throws. Ooh, it looked like he was trying to hit Pope, but he couldn't hang on to it. 1:20 left.
And in and out of the hands of his receiver. Probably looked upfield before he caught it. Bad break for the Tigers.
2nd and 10. Moss jumps and makes the pass. This time it finds Irvin. 8-yard pickup, 3rd and 2.
And Matthias Irvin, a good reroute on there on the catch to get back upfield and turn it into positive yards. And Tavon Moss is over the 300-yard mark in passing.
A minute left in the third quarter. Moss drops back. Here's the pressure, but he throws. Caught. Touchdown, Guerrero.
Can you talk about just mental fortitude for Tavon Moss? Hanging in the pocket, getting hit as he throws, into traffic, finds his man for a touchdown, and back up by 2 scores go the LSU Tigers.
Gabriel Guerrero, 4 receptions for 48 yards last week. And no touchdowns. He's got 2 tonight.
We see Carr in chat, they score touchdowns, we get field goals. Yeah, that's been the mantra tonight. Oklahoma has settled for field goals so far when they get into the red zone, and that is Guerrero's 3rd of the night.
DJ Yost with a 24-yard return, and with 50 seconds left here in the third. Tigers, they're the definition of this game for them, Cade, bend but don't break.
I mean, you're going to win a lot of football games if you give up field goals instead of touchdowns, and that's what the LSU defense has done tonight. They've broken a couple times, but they've bent and not broken more than they have, and you see Sebastiano has been the defensive MVP so far.
Del Este in the pistol, drops back. Here's the pressure, and again, he's sacked for a loss of 6 yards.
And Mike Woodard Jr., his 3rd sack of the night. The Tigers, 2 defensive players with 3 sacks apiece. They have done a fantastic job keeping Del Este in the pocket and keeping him contained, not letting him get out and use his legs.
Little reminiscent of that big game in New Orleans we saw played a couple weeks back with this defense. Del Este keeps it himself, and he is putting on the stiff arm, looking for the first down. He has it all the way to the 50 inside of Tiger territory. A 30-yard rush for Mateo Del Este.
It's only a matter of time before Del Este finally does something generational, as he is a generational quarterback. 2 broken tackles and was probably 1 Malachi Cobb block away from taking it to the house. My goodness.
Carlos Banks was the man that had him, but just couldn't hang on, as now Mateo Del Este drops back, throws, caught, and that's a big reception for Jacob Archer.
A good catch by Jacob Archer over on Twitch. It's a 3-yard touchdown run for Jet Sims as Texas closes it back to 27-20 with 3:36 left in the third.
13 seconds here in the third. And now Oklahoma looking to make this a 1-possession game yet again. Del Este in the pistol. Takes a snap. This should be the final play of the third quarter. Del Este takes off running, and he will get the first down. So 3 down, 1 to go. It's LSU 35, Oklahoma 23. We got a great finish coming your way, and you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Put the 4s up in the chat as we get ready to end this game that has been a fun one, Cade.
Fun indeed. We'll talk about it in a sec.
Handoff this time to Yost, and she's got the first down with a 12-yard rush.
And Oklahoma has done anything they wanted to do to get down into the red zone, but you saw it on the stat line. They've settled for 3 field goals so far in the red zone. They want their second touchdown tonight.
Del Este in the pistol. Hands off this time to Avery. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and goal.
And Luca is selling out and saying, no, sir, we're going to have a little more of a bend, don't break mentality and force you for another field goal. 2 more downs for the Tiger defense.
Del Este in the pistol with the split backs. Hand off to Avery, and he's going nowhere. No gain on the play. And another great read, this time by big number 95. That might be the walk-on.
A big 3rd down for Oklahoma.
Dropping back, Del Este throws for the end zone. That is dropped.
It was DeMontre Bones on the deflection. You'd like it if he'd like it if it was an interception, but a 4th down nonetheless. The Sooners are going.
Here we go. Del Este needs something here. Pressure. Gets rid of 1, throws, but he's going to be short. Turnover on downs, and the Tigers get it back. And in on the stop, it's Liddell Ross.
There's also Jace Carter on the stop, but if you're Del Este, just make up your mind. Throw it, run it, do something, but you can't get stuck in the middle. And with 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, the Tiger defense holds. Their offense takes over, up 2 scores.
And now with Moss takes the snap, drops back, throws. That is caught for the first down to the 25, 30, 35, nearly to the 40. It's the Pope.
Nasir Pope, his 3rd catch of the night, gets LSU out of the shadow of their own end zone and gives them some field to work with.
You got to think a touchdown here, and it would be time to hit the panic button if you're Oklahoma.
I'm thinking any points here, because any points here makes it a 3-score game.
Moss, under center, strong I formation. Hands off this time to Mason, and he'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6.
A good 1st down run for Nas Mason, averaging right under 4 yards a carry. Akuma Hunter on the stop. 2nd and 6, LSU in the driver's seat.
And we're probably going to see a pretty heavy dose of Nas Mason if they can stay ahead of the chains here. Moss takes the snap, hands off Mason, has a hole, and he's going to get to the first down.
And a little bit of a home field spot right there. Looked like he was a little short, but nonetheless, it's a 1st down for the Tigers, and they're right at midfield.
Under center, it's Moss. Mason in the backfield, sends a man in motion. That's Bennett. Quarterback keeper handoff to Mason. 8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2.
I mean, if this is what Nas Mason is going to keep doing, I mean, just keep turning around and handing him the ball.
Mason in the backfield again. Moss, handoff. This time it's going to be a run by Lloyd Rodriguez. Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 3.
And that is a walk-on right there, I believe. Caleb Allen on the TFL, and it's just stretching it out to the left side was Lloyd Rodriguez, breaking 1 tackle, breaking 2 tackles, just couldn't keep it going.
3rd down conversion has been good for the Tigers today. 6.5 to play, 3rd and 3. Moss takes the snap, drops back, need the 1st down here, floats it out, right side, caught for the 1st down. It's Nasir Pope.
And exactly where his guy could get it, hanging in the pressure again. The Sooners brought pressure, but it couldn't get there. Tavon Moss, 370 on the night.
That has got to be close to a career best. Handoff to Mason, and he'll pick up 8.
Again, Nas Mason up to 4.5 on the night per carry. Just keep turning around and handing it to him.
Okay, I know this is a bounce back for Nas Mason. Looking at the stats, it says last week he was 14 carries for a single yard. As they'll hand off this time to Rodriguez, he's got the 1st down.
And a good carry by Rodriguez. And yeah, Nas Mason last week just did not have it. And it shows that the faith that they have in their back to keep giving it to him in a tough game like this, and he's repaying their trust.
Well, not just a tough game, it's a must-win for LSU if they're going to try to sneak their way into the playoffs next week. Moss in the gun, drops back, throws, and that's caught for a big gain to Guerrero. 3-yard reception, and for Guerrero, he's got 3 touchdowns, 98 yards on 8 receptions.
And Guerrero has been the guy for Moss tonight, and they are inside the red zone looking for points.
Handoff, Mason. He's looking for the first down, and he's going to be just shy.
And over on Twitch, it's a 16-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Shake as Texas ties it up 27-27, 8:55 left in the fourth quarter.
Big third down coming up. Moss keeps it himself, and he is not going to make it. No gain on the play. Great stand by the Oklahoma defense led by Singletary.
And if you're LSU, you're disappointed that this isn't turning into a touchdown, but a field goal makes it, it's a 12-point game. No, so a field goal keeps it at a 2 score. So it's a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, one of them with a 2-point conversion. So Oklahoma hangs in.
And now if you're Mateo Deleste, you're standing on the sideline. The job, it's pretty simple. You have to get a touchdown on this drive, and then you need to leave enough time left on the clock for your defense to make a stand.
If you're Oklahoma, ideally you want a touchdown by about the 3-minute, 2:45-minute mark, and you might be in business at that point.
Deleste in the pistol, drops back, throws towards the right side, caught by Avery. Loss of 1 on the play as he spun down, 2nd and 11.
And a very conservative play right there by Deleste to Avery. The clock is your enemy. We're under 4.5 to go. You got to start taking some shots.
Oklahoma right now, the number 8 team in the polls. And judging on what's happening on Twitch, this game is becoming more and more dire for Oklahoma to have. Deleste keeps it himself, goes towards the right side, tries to turn upfield, gets a 9-yard gain, 3rd and 1 coming up.
A good keeper by Deleste, but 21 carries for 70 yards. That's not what you want to see from the generational talent.
3rd and 1. Deleste takes the snap, hands off to Avery, 6-yard pickup for the first down. And it'll keep the chains moving, but the clock is now becoming an enemy if you are Oklahoma.
That's the one thing, Elin. I mean, it's a first down nonetheless, but clock's ticking.
Deleste in the pistol. They need a big play here. Deleste goes for the short pass over to Neville, 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, if you're Oklahoma, you got to start opening up the playbook. Get rid of this check down stuff. Start taking some shots.
Deleste in the gun. Keeps it himself, turns up field, and he's going to not make it to the first down. Tied up by Demontre Bones.
And LSU's doing exactly what they need to do. They're not giving up big plays, and they're letting a lot of clock burn off.
Oh, flag on the play.
Yeah,
Second penalty on.
Yeah, false start. That's not what you want if you're Oklahoma. It takes it from a 3rd and short to a 3rd and medium now.
That's the 2nd penalty on Oklahoma today. They had the clipping earlier. Drop back. Here's the pressure. Sacked. Down he goes, and this time it's Luka with his first sack of the night.
And on the screen pass, Deleste didn't like it, held on to it too long, and let Luka get there. And Elin, this is basically the game if you're the Oklahoma Sooners. Or they're going to punt. I mean, I don't know what do I know?
I'm a little speechless here. There really hasn't been any, late in this game, there hasn't been a lot of urgency being shown by Oklahoma.
There's been no urgency.
2:36 left in the game, and LSU gets it back, and I think we're a few Mason runs away from putting this thing to bed.
I feel like you're right. to be honest. And I mean, it's one of those things that this has just not gone the way that Oklahoma wanted it to go tonight.
And this is a huge win for LSU if they can hang on. Handoff to Mason. He's got a hole, and he will go forward for 6 yards.
And they're in shoe clock mode right now. I expect Nas Mason and Nas Mason alone to be the one touching this rock.
So LSU hangs on. They get the win. What kind of scenarios does that open up for the Tigers when it comes to the postseason?
Well, it puts them in a spot to get a vote in. You know, it gives them hope to get into a vote, and they needed at least 3 wins. We've never had a 2-16 get a vote, and we've had plenty of 3 and 5 teams. And ending the season with a very controlling win over a top 10 team, that gives you hope.
And a timeout called by Oklahoma, 2nd down and 1. And what does this do for Oklahoma?
Well, it knocks them out to where they can't win the Big 12 championship. The winner of the Big 12 because of this game will either be Texas or Texas A&M, and they are tied with just under 6 minutes left. So Oklahoma, they're waiting to see what happens in the game on Twitch.
So that's pretty much a Big 12 championship game is what you're saying.
Yes, it is.
Rodriguez with a 4-yard rush, and it looks like we're going to have an update from that massive game over on Twitch in just a minute.
Oh, man, I am stressing out over here, Elon. You know, that's my team, and I'm losing hair.
3-yard touchdown run by Felissa Sneed, and A&M takes the lead, 34-27 with 5.5 left over there.
That has just been an absolute slugfest, Elon. You know, I mean, there was one point A&M was in the red zone, knocking on the door, threw an interception. Texas drove down and scored. And so as back and forth as the Lone Star Showdown should be.
And off, Mason. 1st down, they're going to get to go into victory formation.
And that carry puts Nas Mason, well, he was already over 100, but it solidifies it. Over 100 yards for Nas Mason. And the Tigers pull the upset.
Your final score, it's LSU with the upset, 38 over number 8 Oklahoma, 23. Cade Padgett, your final thoughts.
Just an absolute dominant performance by LSU. Not what we expected from the Oklahoma Sooners tonight, but nonetheless, the Tigers win and they give themselves a chance at the playoffs. And if you're the Sooners, you are waiting to see what happens on Twitch to see how far you drop in the Big 12 standings.
Thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course, my broadcast partner for tonight's action, Mr. Cade Padgett. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Ewan Alf, and you've been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. We invite you to join us at 8:30 Central Time, where myself and Cade will be coming to you live from Penn State as they take on Michigan State. Again, that is 8:30 Central Time here on YouTube. Until then, we'll see you then.